Hi guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video, I'll be discussing what I thought of the latest and pretty entertaining episode of the Book of Boba Fett, which dropped its newest episode today on Disney Plus. I just got done watching it, enjoyed it very, very much. Before I go on, of course, please be warned, like most of my episode review videos, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you're not caught up on the Book of Boba Fett by this episode or the last episode, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right into it. I guess I'm not surprised that we got to see how Boba even found out and then found Fennec out there in the sand, but then it made sense to me when we saw like the bright blast of light from when Mando and that young bounty hunter were going after her from that episode of season 1 of Mandalorian. And Boba's out there with his bantha. He's like, "Oh, this is how he got wind of that situation and eventually found Fennec." And it was interesting seeing that mod body shop too. It was like a tattoo parlor, but for like artificial appendages. That was a pretty cool sequence. Great use of practical effects too. I also love how even though Boba told her debt was repaid after she helped him get back his ship, which is or isn't known as Slave 1 anymore. I thought I saw something online that it wasn't known as Slave 1 anymore, or maybe it was known as something else. I don't know. It's still recognizable and iconic as hell. So, now that they got the ship back, he's like, yeah, you can go if you want. But then she chooses to stick around. So I like how she sticks with him out of choice and not out of obligation. Like I think we were kind of led to believe back in season 2 of Mandalorian when it was revealed these two were working together. So I like that, this sense of loyalty is starting to rise within her after she chooses willingly to stay at Boba's side while he attempts to take over Jabba / Bib Fortuna's criminal organization. I also really enjoyed, oh God, this made me laugh and smile so much. I love seeing the Black Wookiee is it Cranston? I can't say the damn name. Everyone knows who I'm talking about, though. I loved seeing him beat up the Trandoshans, and I think for him, it was a feeling of validation, because I may be wrong, but I believe the Trandoshans aren't only involved in like criminal dealings, but I think they're also slavers. And Wookiees were one of the many alien races that were immediately enslaved during the early days of the Galactic Empire, and the Trandoshans may have had a hand in that. Lots of other alien races are involved in slavery all over the galaxy, but I think the Trandoshans were one of the bigger slaver races, and he probably resents that and knows that as a former slave himself and as a Wookiee. And when he just saw them enjoying themselves at that casino thing, he probably just, something went off and he just went apeshit on them. I did love how the Twi'lek woman tried to calm him down, and you think he's gonna accept her offer, where she's gonna clear his debt or his tab at the bar if he lets the Trandoshan go. But he's like, screw that, and rips the arm right out of the socket, just like how Han Solo once warned C-3PO about in the very first Star Wars film, A New Hope. The Trandoshan's arm comes out of his socket, it goes on the ground, and then he still pays the Twi'lek what he owes her for drinks at the bar, and he just leaves. It was so funny and so satisfying how the Wookiee was like, nah, screw that, rip, here's your money, bye. So that was awesome. And then I loved how he's back in Boba Fett's fold, like he offered him a job, and we saw him standing guard there at the meeting with the other heads of the other crime families. I liked that we got a bit of a Godfather vibe there as well, and I loved how before Boba could answer in response to the dog-faced guy's remarks about what's stopping us from killing you and taking what we want, they realize that they're sitting right on top of the Rancor enclosure that Boba calms down by giving it like a big old piece of meat off the bone or something, which was pretty cool. I do hope he's not making a mistake by letting these guys live and just asking them not to side with the Pikes. And it seems like, as he pointed out to Fennec, he's offering a better deal than the Pikes ever would. So that's good, I guess. It still feels like the Pikes have a lot of soldiers within their own ranks, and they don't necessarily need the alliance of other criminal organizations, but you never know. It wasn't lost on me that in the final shot of this episode, we heard a quick little tease of the theme song from The Mandalorian when Fennec suggested hiring or getting more muscle. So now they've got the Wookiee, the gang of the modified body part kids, the two Gamorreans. You know, Mandalorian would be, Din Djarin would be a great addition for the final couple episodes of this show, or at least an episode appearance would be fun. I'm still holding out hope for certain bounty hunter characters to return and back up Boba, you know. But none of those guys have even been confirmed, so who knows if that's happening or not. But it was a very entertaining episode. I liked the recovery of Slave One, or just his ship, whatever it's called now. And I also liked how, oh God, and then I was cracking up as well. After he blasted the speeder bike gang, rightfully so, right from the sky, when he said, I have old scores to settle, and it cuts to those assholes riding across the desert. I'm like, he's gonna blast these guys a new one. And sure enough, he did that, and he avenged his Tusken tribe. That was super satisfying to watch as well. I was also cracking up when I thought at first he was going to take out his vengeance on the Sarlacc as well. Like, he was aiming the ship right at the Sarlacc pit, and I thought, oh, is he going to kill the Sarlacc itself? I mean, it's kind of a wild animal just doing what it does, but I could understand the anger he would have towards it. But it turns out he was just looking for his armor, but it didn't stop him didn't stop the Sarlacc from trying to eat him and Fennec, and then it was killed for real thanks to Fennec. So, but I did think at first, I was laughing because I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna exact vengeance on the Sarlacc. Oh, okay. But then it's like, oh, he's looking for his armor. Yeah, that makes sense too. But I just started laughing at first thinking, oh, is that what's happening here? He's gonna kill the Sarlacc? And then it ended up dying, but because of Fennec. Very entertaining episode. I like it a lot. I still enjoyed the third episode a bit more, though, simply because of the awesome reveal of the Rancor. But we do have a few more episodes to go, and I do firmly believe the show gets better with each episode. So I really do believe that, and I think we're in for a real treat for the final remaining 3, and a lot can happen in 3 episodes. So I'm excited about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Book of Boba Fett as much as I did. What did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. New episodes drop every Wednesday on Disney+. Don't miss it. And make sure you're subscribed to this channel for my thoughts and views on it. Have an awesome rest of your night, everybody. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.